the emphasis for the creation of this wall is on advanced scripting and computational skills. So in our group tasks, we'd like to emphasize the process of from digital design to completing a build plan. So what we have here is a sample of a wall and creating it in build form.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you about costing. So in our costing, it involves materials, labour and transportation. The materials that are required for this, they're just two materials, which are cable ties and acrylic sheets. There's the parameter in this, and the acrylic sheets can have varying translucency and colour, so that can get greater sort of creativity in what the final product will be. The costs approximately come down to about $150 per square metre. That's worked out by the fact that you need about 300 cable ties, for example, for that sort of size. And they're at $1.50 for 100. And to produce that was $42.50. So by doing the calculations, you get about $150 per square metre. And that's based on the smallest pixels, so that's the most intensive. So it should get cheaper the bigger the pieces are. The labour, again, is very, very simple construction. The only tools that are required are a pair of scissors. The parts are self-explanatory because once they're laid out, they're all numbered, so they all go together. And obviously no training required.
So what were you going to cut it? What's the material?
Acrylic.
Yeah,
white acrylic.
Yeah.
But you know, again, that could
Three mils. 3 mils.
3 mil, I believe, is what we're
yeah.
the company's donating. So we're working within what the donation is. So it's 3 mil.
Yeah.
If we were to use acrylic, but so far it's actually consistent with our proposal that we use acrylic. I think other walls used in materials, but we're staying within what
we've been provided. So.
What we've been provided.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, and then as far as the transportation and on-site construction, as you can see, will be explained further about the construction, but these can be transported in a million and one ways. So either you know, as sections, you know, sort of groups. It just depends how, you know, what our transport is as to how you can, you know, what size pieces we can transport, because they're very simple to then attach together just with one cable tie at each point. So there'll be 4 connections between each pixel. There is an AR layer component, which you'll be spoken to about. And obviously that is free, and that provides an infinite amount of information that can be then embedded in the wall. As you'll see from that wall, which is just a small sample, it's actually very, very strong. Because it works on a sort of grid system, what happens is that it doesn't really matter which way it goes and whether we get curves in it, it'll actually be quite strong. There is some flexibility, as you can see there. We've discussed that with Hank, and we've decided that that is actually beneficial to our project because it will actually give some give. Given this is going to be in a public space, people poking it, touching it, it's not going to snap. It's going to give it a little bit before anything breaks. So it's really, really strong, really, really sturdy. And basically, I can say from as far as costing and construction, it's actually a very feasible project, and it is realistic. Yeah, so that's mine.
For the manufacturing, it's very easy. What we need is just 3 steps. One is find the right place. It's like we mark every order and mark every single piece's position. Like this is bottom, this is top, what is the left, what is the right. And next step is just use cable ties, tie them in corner and put them together at the last. So it's very easy to manufacture and it's beautiful and doable. Something like for my own poster, I use most pixels is about 600 and 600 pixels, and it's about cost $1,200 maximum. And so that's the reason why we can do more than 20 pixels in just 1 hour.
Where does the LED go through?
LED goes through here.
Felix would actually speak about
Oh, sorry.
cable management.
Cable management. Cable management.
Cable management. Also, the strength of it lies in the way it's constructed, where it's actually anchored diagonally, so it creates like a bracing for the wall. And when it's created diagonally, it's then connected vertically, so it doesn't sort of connect adjacent to each other. So it's got a different type of connectivity that creates strength and durability. Okay, cable management.
Okay, for cable management, you see we have an example here, which okay, in results we can see that it's concealed. We pretty much can't see it because due to the way we built it, it's a linear direction, so the cable will go straight across from point A to point B, and then each one will be cable tied onto the connection here on top. So say I pull out, easier to see. Yep. So it will be like something in here, and then it will feed under here, and the next one will feed here. It goes in, out. And so then pretty much not much to say about the cable management.
So easy.
It's simple.
Very
it's like
simple.
2
That's
steps.
the point.
There's
The
so much
whole
crevices
is
that we could
really
sort of
easy.
attach it to.
And now after cable management, we talk about the LED itself. Due to we placed it in the middle, the LED has 2 sets. We have one on the bottom and one on the top. Each one will wash a certain LED color onto the panel here and one at the back. So pretty much if you place it, it will wash here. So each individual pixel will have a certain 2 colors LED lit up. And then due to maybe later on we have a programming thing, we can program maybe the smaller, more finer, high-res, smaller pixels would be on one color, and then you have the larger one with like a mono color. And then moving along might change, there's a certain effect. Pretty much it for the lighting. And we go to the AR.
Sorry, before we go on, I just wanted to say again, this is actually just using one parametric feature. It's how the pixels, each one's unique, and it's elongated a different way, but still maintaining the square box.
So this is
Again,
actually just one size when you look at
one
it.
size.
Because it's just stretched from the back.
And again, the emphasis is on more advanced scripting. So when we get like a larger group, well, if we get a larger group, then I'm hoping that we get someone who's a little bit more advanced in scripting and actually impose a lot more parametricity on the pixels.
And
Sorry.
Okay. We also implemented augmented reality into our pixel walls. Our final one was actually going to be a pixel that's made as a marker. It's going to be a black pixel. The reason we couldn't do this for this one was because they had no black cardboard. So this is just a test of what it would show if we did make that a marker. One second, it should be animated.
so in results we
it's
could
magic.
place anything.
It's just a simple content, but
really?
if it does go through, then we could create more amazing content. And I think what the emphasis again is that the simplicity of the faces could easily make it a marker. So yeah, we just couldn't make that black, but when we construct it.
But it doesn't have to be like, I actually think the color kind of contrast between, let's say, some pixels are on and have a certain kind of color, and the other ones are off, and their kind of contrast would be understood.
Okay.
Yeah?
And we plan to
That's even
having the largest pixel as the marker.
Okay.
So the screen is bigger, so you can, if it's bigger, the marker is bigger.
So
the distance can be longer to view the augmented reality as well.
So you can have a mobile phone app where people could come, hold the AR
it's,
reader
it's
on
free as well.
Yeah.
It's called Layout. It's free.
Yeah.
It's
Justin
easy to
actually
use.
did a whole research on it. So.
Yeah. And you just have to scan it. And it's
So by the way, you can hold the phone over there and you get information, whatever you want to give them about
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
The pixel, about custom
Everything
styles.
can be
about-
embedded in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good because it adds more depth
It's
into
like
our
an advertisement.
yeah, media facade as well.
In a way.
Yeah, and like you
It's
say,
all
you
about
get-
communicating.
You can even end up getting historical information on custom house and surrounds, or all sorts of things, or any advertising, maybe, I don't know, events that are happening, whatever.
So it's going back to the theory of that this wall is aiming to be an interface for different experiences. And so I just wanted to say it could be, that's kind of the idea behind Perella's theory. Go ahead. Stephanie, finished?
Yep, we're done.
Yeah.
The wall designs.
Questions?